Hi, Melody. All right, so this is the analysis of your second song. Wow, sounds like whales. I like that. Slow, four on the floor. Cool percussion sounds. Okay, I'm just gonna pause it real quick because I think your chord progression, I'm hearing minor 1, major flat 7, major flat 6, and then back to 1. My favorite chord progressions. Sorry, I forgot where to look. One of my favorite chord progressions. Just a lot of beautiful tension created with these other chords and returning to home. Then the next time I feel like I'm hearing flat 7 and then minor 5, which is really nice, very cold, chilling sound. And then you went to maybe the flat 6 again. And then I thought I heard like some kind of diminished chord. Maybe it was, it might have been a dominant 7th chord of 5, dominant 5. Bring us back to 1. Once again, some sort of classical progressions in your string or your pads here. So it gives it a very regal kind of sound to it. It's nice. Nice acid bass line, very beefy bass line this time. I feel like there's a lot of low end in that acid line. It's cool. Okay, one more cool thing I'm noticing. So you've got like this higher, excuse me, top pad. So you have the like, you're sort of like holding over that top note. So it's creating these sort of suspensions where you're playing a note that's just above the note in the chord. And then by the time you get to the note in the chord, you're already kind of moving on to the next chord. So there's sort of this like staggered feeling of never quite resolving, which is really, really pretty. That's nice. I love that sound. Very high up in the piano. And then you do that again, so you have your oops. I love that sound. Like playing a melody that's over the minor tonic and then going to this next door flat 7 chord. And then then you get the payoff of that even tenser but more sensible sound. It's like, oh, things are locking in more, but there's this pull because it's not one. It's just, and then you get some. I heard like a flat 6 and flat 6 and 5. It's that beautiful half step change in the minor scale that makes things sound very cold and chilling and mysterious and yeah, it's really nice. I like that you changed it on the last repetition. That was a good choice. That's pretty. So high, but it sounds so pretty up there. So it's better than mine. Yeah, it's a really nice melody. Oh yeah. So that's the diminished chord I was hearing. If you put a G underneath it, then it's that dominant 5 chord. So that's the feeling I'm getting. That's a very classical move. So that's pretty. It also puts your song into more of a harmonic minor scale. Well, it's doing both, but like for that moment, it suddenly becomes this sound. So versus like minor 1 and a minor 5, that's what's normally in the key. Then you go, and that sounds even more classical. Oops. But yeah, I really like this piano way up high. It's beautiful. A lot of layers in that section. I'm having trouble picking out what's happening, but I think a lot of your acid bass line and the new kind of sound, and then the other one, they're just kind of exploring the minor scale, I would say. And you still have your chords swelling in the background there. I love this drum beat. This is cool. Okay, now there's a breakdown. It's just a sound that I absolutely love, like the sound of an acid line with like the right kind of reverb and delay on it. It just, I don't know if it's just like, it reminds me of my youth or something, or if I just think it's like the most perfect combination of acoustics, but it just sounds great. I love that you're bringing in more wet reverb into this at this point, because it's like making it build. You know, it's bringing the intensity up. What's happening on the high end of the acid. Whenever it gets up there, I'm like, ooh, I like that. Sixth. It's kind of unexpected. I like it. I like that you ended the piano on this like fourth kind of just this like a or this one instead of the like more finished sounding interval of like a third or a fifth or something. You're just ending it. That's nice. It's beautiful. It reminds me, I don't know if you could hear me over the music, but it reminds me of the ocean, partly because of the whales. But the way that those pads come in, they kind of feel like a swell, you know, like the way the energy moves in the ocean. And just all the like different textures and sparkly things and all the really low textured stuff and the really upper sparkly kind of piano sounds and the other acid line. It just reminds me of like creatures, you know, different like sea creatures, and even like plant life and stuff, just like swaying and see, yeah, it's just very evocative. I can really see this being set to some kind of like visual of the deep sea, you know, and then at some point when everything breaks down, maybe it's like at the bottom of the ocean where it's super dark and one of those creatures comes by that's bioluminescent, like creates its own light and looks like it's from another planet. But yeah, it's nice. And that chord progression is 1, 7, 6, 1, then minor 4, then 6, and then that major 5, the dominant, back up to 1. So when I play it fast like that, you can really hear how it kind of all like how things lead into each other, and it's a great progression. Really nice. I like that sort of cinematic sound combined with the acid. That's a very unique. I love the slow drum groove. That's just my thing. I love those slow, trudgy tempos. I feel like you and I feel like you must like them too, because I feel like a lot of music has those slower tempos. Just gives so much more space for everything, right? You know, creates a more organic feel to it. Feels like you can move to it a little bit with more sensitivity and you can, I don't know. I love that. It feels like a heartbeat too, right? There's like a comfort to it or a familiarity to it. So, love the tempo. Yeah, this is awesome. Great job. Well, I'll post this one publicly also so everyone can hear it. And we can all wish Melody a happy, happy birthday. And we will look forward to hearing more from you, Melody.